You are not going to believe how the epic Viltrumite war ends. The Viltrumites being on Earth is probably one of the scariest things you can imagine. We see Thrag holding Cecil in his arm, and Cecil's pretty much begging right here, talking about how he can smooth things over and basically be the guy that the Viltrumites are going to need to end up coexisting on Earth. And Thrag just grabs his head, snaps it, and says, "Coexist? We don't need that." And this is what Thrag pictures by coexisting, and we just see this massacre that's going on. I mean, oh my god, look at what Anissa did to Eve. But luckily, we find out that this is all just in Mark's head. He's imagining the worst that could be happening right now, and he even says, "This is all I can think about." Omni-Man pretty much tells him how you just need to calm down. Don't think about what could be happening until we have any information on what is happening. There's another funny moment here where Tech Jacket pretty much walks out and he's like, "You know what, guys? I'm totally here for you. I might not be as strong as you, but I'm ready to do anything I can to help and even talk strategy." And he sees that he's just getting completely ignored and then just walks away and says, "You guys suck." Omni-Man, meanwhile, is worrying about Oliver. They had to leave him behind in Telespria because he wasn't fully healed, and so he wouldn't really survive another attack. And he kind of realizes that Mark isn't even listening to him. Mark just cannot stop thinking about what Thrag might be doing to Earth and all the destruction that could be happening on Earth. He tells them that they just need to get some food, and as they're doing that, all of a sudden the ship says, "We will be arriving soon, take your positions," and Mark does not want to wait for that. He just immediately jumps out and starts flying even faster than the fastest Telestrian ship, apparently. I mean, this guy is moving. Look at how fast he's coming into Earth, and he's flying in. He's like, "What the?" And he just can't believe it. He even smiles because he's like, "They're not here. The Viltrumites aren't here. We don't have to worry." That's when Omni-Man says, "Mark," and they're cut off by Thrag, who says, "We very much are here." In a fit of rage, Invincible immediately flies at Thrag. He says, "I ended conquest. I can do the same to you." Punches Thrag, and Thrag just grabs him by the neck and says, "I have done nothing to this planet, not yet." Tosses him aside, and this is a really crazy moment right here where Thrag pretty much reveals that there's only 37 Viltrumites that have survived up until this point, and that he pretty much has realized that they are in a losing battle. Thrag explains how he was made Grand Regent not for revenge, but for the survival of his people. And so he offers surrender on one condition, that they took his planet, so he's going to take theirs. He's going to take Earth. They're already here. And he's like, "Before you overreact, hear my proposal." And I really love this moment from Thrag because we actually see some really good strategy here. He says how we are already among your population. We're blending in. We know that we can have Viltrumite half-breeds here that are as close to full-blooded as possible, and that they can just occupy Earth and grow their numbers without this war having to occur, and they can have their ultimate salvation on Earth and actually become the people that they needed to be. And how they can avoid extinction by breeding on Earth and then, growing their population. Thrag says, "I will have your answer now. Please do not make me destroy what could be our last hope for survival." And Invincible and Nolan don't say anything at first. Invincible hates this idea to start. He doesn't really think about it too much, but what he is thinking about is that how he is not okay with the Viltrumites just living on Earth with nothing he can do about it, and that they could just attack at any point, and he just can't accept it. That's when Nolan just puts his arm on him and says, "Mark." Invincible just keeps saying no, he can't accept it, and then he just gets a flash to thinking about what the Viltrumites could possibly do to the world, and he says, "My answer is yes." And that's pretty much how the Viltrumite War is brought to an end. It becomes a ceasefire, and we will see in the next issue what the epilogue looks like.